Good morning. Hello, Lord. How are you? Today is a great day, and I want to thank y'all for joining me again with my platform on Genesis Academy Prep and how I want to accomplish some things for students to learn career opportunities and to get their certifications in industry certifications, um, college dual credits, and also their high school diploma with higher learning and a non-traditional new way of education, so that students have the opportunity to choose how they want to learn and what career industry opportunities they want to be taught in. So today I want to thank you, Lord, for this opportunity to come and be rejoiced in this day, that this day is one of the days that you have given me the opportunity to show others how they can be better at their education. Students can learn differently and have an opportunity to show how they can get their future endeavor in order. Now, I thank you for coming to me and giving me this platform to share and show students that there's another way that they can enjoy education and not feel like they are being pressured into something that they don't understand, or they don't get the knowledge of, or they can't produce something out of it at the end of their life. We all have our dreams. We all have our plans, but God makes the first plan and always when he designed and created us. So I am Andrette Rayford. I am the owner, founder, and also the executive director of Genesis Academy Prep, which I've coined as GAP. At GAP, the good news will be that students will be able to show their worth by giving their interest in a career. We all have to have some type of career. We're all given God's gift of our talents and our being. So we have to show that when we get in adulthood, it's not something that we just do or just fall short of. We have a gift and we have to be able to show our skill sets in that gift. So I'm going to have a virtual reality academy where I want to incorporate videos, lesson plans, SMART goals, SWOT goals, PEST goals, where student can understand that if they create the SWOT, the PEST, the SMART goals, they'll be able to obtain some things on a daily basis, short term or long term. Um, I also want to give them the foundation for principles on learning wisdom, knowledge, and also the understanding of what they're reading to comprehend, writing for what they know, and also sharing it with others in the best of their ability. Now, I came on yesterday. I was a little off and confused about things, but I did my best. And now I just want to give you a highlight of what I talked about. I've been meditating and giving my devotion to the Lord and showing that I am a steward of His Word. And one of the Bible scriptures that I have been striving to achieve is Proverbs 31 woman, which my mom showed me that it's just faith based and knowing and believing that God is true and He will always be there with you no matter what you're going through. So in Proverbs 31, the mother didn't have a name, or the woman didn't have a name, but it's all mothers and how we show our students, our kids, which also are your students, how to live, how to learn, and how to win. And that's my motto. We're here to learn to live and live to learn. So she gave him the teachings that as a king, which he became, his name was Lemuel, as he became king or as her son, he had to know how to be a leader, build relationships, dedicate his time to his people, and also be devotional and present for whoever is in his presence at that time. He also had to show the difference between stewardship, and ownership. And my definition of stewardship is management: how you manage your life, how you manage your finances, how you manage your mental state, your health, and all of your daily living issues that you deal with. And your ownership is you. You own stuff, but we don't own anything. God owns everything, and He gives and provides us with everything that's in our life. And sometimes ownership becomes a little bit selfish, and you forget that God is in control, and we're just His believers. And if we continue to believe in Him, He will not perish us. So, also, I talked about Abraham on yesterday. He was God's faithful servant. God came down with two other angels because Sodom and Gomorrah was doing some difficult things that God wasn't pleased with. So, when He came down with the other two men, the other angels, Abraham accepted him, gave him a place to stay, washed his feet, fed him with some delicious food, and had very great hospitality that God was pleased with, and promised him and his wife Sarah that He would give them a born child. And He did. It took time and they had to be patient. But when He did, it was a blessing. And Abram was called the heir of the world, of all offsprings that were born into the world. I also talked about how Jacob was one of the other faithful servants of God. And he was in a land that he had married, had two wives, two of the maid servants, 11 sons, and one daughter. He left the land, left his family in another place to gather himself and get the land prepared for his family. Once he got there, he was in a very difficult time where he dreamed of having a tussle with an angel, which was a man, and they fought all night long until daybreak. And the angel was like, okay, I'm tired, you're tired. Let's just rest on this and let's talk about it. So Jacob was like, okay, no, this is what I like to do. I want this blessed to me and I need it now. So the angel was like, okay, we'll just go through it. You tell me your name. My name is Jacob. Okay, I'm changing your name to Israel, which means wrestling with God. And then Jacob realized he was face to face with God. And there he was commanding and demanding his blessing be done. And he gets what he asked for because of his faithfulness. So the angel did as such. He gave him what he asked for, but he also gave him a hip injury that caused him to limp. And he lived many years, just as Abram did, and also gave his life to Christ and God, and delivered what he was told he needed to do, and went through God's plan, which we have to do. We have to go through God's plan. We imagine our plan, you keep on dreaming big, and you'll eventually land into what God has planned for you, and you have to be a steward of what God gives you. And this is what GAP is about. It's about giving kids the opportunity to learn what their goals are, learn what their gift is, how they project what their career opportunities are, and then work on it. And work on it by getting the accountability for what they want in that particular career opportunity. They have many options. They don't have to choose one. They can choose as many as they want in the 4 years that they attend GAP. And they can also get the college dual credits, which is business and art at this time, so that they can learn business. That's why I think kids should put their mindsets on when they go to college, is to be in business management. So they'll know how to conduct themselves in a business-like setting with other people in the workforce, and how they will determine how they will have their skill sets used, so that they'll know that this is what my goal is. And if they want to be entrepreneurs and leaders, they will also learn that in business management. That's the steps you have to take when you get your bachelor's degree, and if you want to go on and get your master's. I myself, I have an associate's degree in fashion merchandising. I have my bachelor's degree in business management and marketing, and I also have two master's degrees, one in education administration and urban planning and environmental policy. So it's not something that you can accomplish in a few years, but you can accomplish over time. I graduated when in 2022 with my last master's in urban planning, which is a community-based learn curriculum, and I felt so comfortable learning that particular uh, course and knowing that I have a part in what I live in, where I live, and how I live in my community. So today I wanted to talk about Proverbs 2 and 6. For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth came knowledge and understanding. And this is what many find kind of difficult to do because he gives it to us. And we just have to be able to sustain and go on and practice prayer and practice doing what's right and giving of ourselves and not be selfish and give um, the wrong things or wrongdoings that we do that can be judged against us. We're going to be judged anyway, but pick up your cross and wear your cross and walk with your cross, that you know that the Lord is with you always and he controls your every move. He has the power. We also have the structure of GAP, which I mentioned before in earlier videos, and I mentioned today, where I want to do virtual classes for students to be able to go on and check the particular class they want to learn, have the lesson plan, the rubrics, a video, other videos that will also be incorporated in it to give you more idea of what you need or what you want to learn that is interesting, fun, and giving you some outside uh, skill sets that you need to pick up in this career opportunity. Also, I'm planning and working on making virtual reality academy students and the staff so that they could talk to you about their goal achievements and how they want to accomplish them. My first thing is everyone needs SMART goals. As an individual or a couple or a family, you need to sit down and make SMART goals, which is being specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So that you'll know how you want to reach this, you have to give yourself some time and some measures to know where you want to go and how you want to achieve them. With that, you have to do short term or you can do long term, whichever is best for you. I choose to do short term because things do happen in between. It might shift the process of it all, and you don't end up doing the way you thought you were going to do. But if you just take the time and do it in the order that you have it, you will achieve it at some point. Now, I also want to tell the students that you have the opportunity to work with other students. You don't always have to work alone and be by yourself. You can get in a group, and that's called student-based learning. We also do project-based learning at this school. So most of our teachings will end up with a project so the students can achieve that by what they accomplish in their illustrations of what they want or what they see or what they've heard or what they can do with that lesson in a different mindset than just sitting there reading, writing, and just going on and not comprehending what they're learning. They'll also be able to give instructions, give um, writing, what different writing, poetry or metaphors or stories, but they're the ones that create whatever they need for whatever that career opportunity is or industry that they're trying to achieve for future endeavors. I also want to talk about Colossians 3 and 23. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart and all your soul so that you will be able to accomplish what your need is. The Lord is not for human masters. He put in the effort for us to get the rewards. Also in Proverbs 34 and 10, I talked about this on yesterday. The lion was hungry and starving, but if you seek the Lord, you will lack nothing of good things. So you have to try, you have to do your best, you have to put in the responsibility and accountability for achieving your goal. As I said before, this is something that I have grown interest in. I've started working on this since COVID when we were shut down and had to plan and make a new life for ourselves. We're now finding ourselves in a different era where education is being attacked and the traditional way is not what it looks like, and students may not be achieving what they want out of education. So I want GAP to be a different, non-traditional educational new way that students take the opportunity to be able to teach themselves as well as have teachers that are there to support them. But the work is on them and getting the goals and the teaching and the training they need to set themselves up for entrepreneurs and leaders. And this I ask the Lord in prayer that He delivers what I want, bless me with my dream, and let me incorporate His plans into it, and that we will all accomplish something in the next years that's coming. So I want to thank you. Peace be with you. Peace be with you. Peace be with you. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share with others what you have seen today, that they may be able to abide by their kids and show them that education is fun, it can be interesting, and it's something that we all must have. Even though you may have a gift that God has given you that shows you that you can move on and be successful, you still need God. You still need the education, and you still need some guidance in how to make it there so that you won't be caught up in the worldly things that usually catch up and destroy your dream. Thank you again. Be blessed, and I'll see you soon. Bye.